Alrighty, hello everybody, welcome back to Beyond Our Reason. We got a 16v16 for you here today, so I'm very excited to get started, which is what we're going to be doing. Yeah, so it's just a big team game on a very nice map. Canis River, got the lava rivers flowing through actually. So starting on the cool color team, we have Raigeki, who is number 6 in large team games, and then we also have Watch Me Do This. They are 51 and 40 TS respectively. Going to both be playing Armada there. And then on the warm colored side, we have Timco Bob in the red playing Armada 47 TS, and God Hates Cowards in the yellow playing Cortex 46 TS. Most of those guys from America actually. Yeah, both of them on the warm colored team. Anyways, we do have Bab Tristan with a very risky start here, starting as far away from their team as they could get, right in the enemy domain. Getting putting down a couple of laser towers, trying to take down this enemy commander here, but isn't enough. Yeah, anyways, so the new season for Beyond Our Reason has started. Maybe it's been a few weeks. I don't really keep up with the announcements. But with the new split of small team games from large team games, I am going to be trying to cast some more small team games because I think that could be an interesting dynamic. And yeah, so to celebrate, we're going to be doing a 16v16. Because that makes sense. A couple of inexperienced players here trying to degun the enemy commander. Obviously, that doesn't work anymore. A thing of the past, But the commander does blow, and that is a commander and honestly a teammate down for the cool color team. They started with... Okay, they did start with 16. I know somebody didn't load in initially. So yeah, not a great start. Watch Me Do This coming in with a couple pawns, Rocketbot, and their commander. I'm going to be taking this poor pink player, Frostang, to town. Takes out their small Cortex lab. I'm sorry, the Legion lab. Yes, Legion is enabled in this game mode, and they have a lot of new models for their units, and some new units as well, I do believe. So we're going to be checking those out. Very cool when we see them. I especially like the new Mosquito model, but we'll save that for a surprise. If you guys do enjoy these type of videos, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps out the video and the channel, and it helps you because you know, if you want to see more, subscribing just makes sense. Although I wish YouTube would maybe push notifications. That'd be awesome. Anyways, so a new laser tower for Cortex there we just saw, spitting out those heat rays. Just awesome. I really love Legion's design. I think I said Cortex, but Legion's design is fantastic. I like the third faction. What they're doing with it has some awesome units. There's a T2 bomber that shoots out a solar ray, which has to be my favorite. It's like orbital striking somebody from Halo Wars or something. It is just fantastic. And I think the third faction honestly will probably shake up the meta a little bit. And right now, I don't know what the meta is regarding Legion. I know they used to be pretty overtuned, which is putting it lightly. But I think they have become more and more balanced as they become, you know, heavier designed, which I think is a good thing. All that's really left for them is get their own lab models and some other small stuff like that, and they'll be off to the races. Probably a new commander model as well. They draw heavily from the Armada one. But anyways, in terms of team play, 3 minutes in, let's start talking about the teams, what they're doing. Cool color team setting up a really great defensive spot here on the opposite side of the river. Now, if you watch my last video, you know what I think about these kind of defenses. Which is quite negative opinion of them. But that's only because, you know, you don't know exactly that your enemy is going to be attacking you. And honestly, you have to attack to win the game, right? You can't just sit back forever. But in a map like this, where you have these 2 choke points, which are basically your enemies are going to have to attack through, especially in the early game. Now, late game, you could definitely walk units through this fire here, or lava. But early game, yeah, these defenses are going to be much more useful for you. So yeah, they're okay. We do have the Decurion, which again, new model since the last time I played Legion. Shooting out those Gatling gun bullets. Very nice. A little bit low damage, honestly. Do have 185 DPS on veterancy, which it's not a lot. So max laser from the grunt is 74. So gonna be what, almost triple that. But 300 metal is definitely nothing to scoff at. Keep in mind grunts are 30. So yeah, they're not super fast, but they got decent range. They have decent damage. They can definitely take a hit, sitting at around 2,500 health there. And yeah, you can see they just took that Janus hit just fine. D-gun, not as well. But yeah, they take 2 Janus hits to go down. I think actually a little bit more than that. 2 plus some change. And yeah, makes for a fun experience. Anyway, so Darkwing, Instinct, Madrex, all posting up across the way here, across the river. Wyatt going to be kind of isolated from the team, honestly. This is their only lifeline, and they don't have a lot of units, so if the Cool Color team starts going this way, they're in a lot of trouble. Keep that in mind. I did not look at the... well, I actually had a little bit of a failed recording. I maybe got like 10 minutes in, but I didn't look at anything else. So I don't know who wins. I don't know how long, or I know how long the game was, but I don't really know the course of the game. I just saw the awards, and it seemed pretty even, so I figured we'd give this one a shot. But yeah, very low stakes game. Not trying to learn anything from this, just have a lot of fun. Like Rogovic making a little bot lab over here. They are Legion, but they just still do have ticks. So again, like there are still, or no, they're not Legion. I just lied. Forgive me. I've sinned. I was like, wait, no. I was wrong. I think they actually do have their own unique drone at this point. Like little scout guy. And is that what I think it is? Yep. All right, so got a fighter scout drone Noctua. I think that is a new model. I'm not... that's probably the one that I'm the least sure on. Has gotten a new model. Again, I don't keep up with the changelogs, really. Unless it's for balance stuff, but... anyways, Wyatt over here. Absolutely getting wrecked by Instinct and Madrex. Rocket bots... shooting the crap out of them, we must say. Yep, there goes the base. Not much left. I think Madrex commander might go down here. Honestly, if Wyatt goes down, so does Madrex. And yeah, there goes both of them there. Instinct still managing to stay alive. Mog captain here, getting mogged. Trying to make some more units. Some thugs. And some little grunts. I think they made, yeah, Rocketbot as well. Trying to stave off the enemy Rocketbots from Darkwing. Darkwing is Armada there. Making a beamer with Samsung. Honestly, a really, really great offensive tower, if that makes any sense. It's got decent range, good damage, good single target damage, which is really important in securing kills and confirming, you know, metal destruction, right? Whereas AoE is probably good if you can just leave it there, but honestly, this guy's days are limited unless the game is just a stomp. All right, watch me do this, and Raigeki's still holding on just by the skin of their teeth, which to say is not a lot. Yeah, barely able to hold that choke point, but they are able to do it. Got some Gatling tanks in there from Mr. Everest, definitely providing some great support there. Yeah, helping to ward off the enemies. It's actually interesting the way the game played out. We do have both of our best players on the Cool Color team in the front line, whereas for our Warm Color team, one of them is sitting back and doing eco, although I did notice their commander up there. So yeah, looks like Cool Color team is slowly getting forced back. Got the T2 Sheldons out here for God Hates Cowards. Yeah, this was the eco guy for the Warm Color team, which, yeah, 7.5 minutes. Nice time to be rolling those guys out. I got a Fiend there as well. Radar bot, everything you need, except the radar jammer bot would be nice as well. But given that the enemy doesn't really have a lot of long range, not you know, required yet. It's not a requirement, although it might become one. Sneaky maneuver here from Rogovic after their Armada lab. I don't know what happened there. Maybe they just recalled it or something. They did decide to transport their commander, so that's an Aeolus, which is going to be the Legion air transport. Almost gets taken out there, but not quite. The air transports get taken out, so does the commander. So that was actually super, super risky, just flying over an enemy commander, which have decent anti-air. Mosquitoes over here from, I don't know how to say that name. We'll say Mahdi, because these look like very, very Dune-inspired. Fantastic new models for the short time we were able to see them. They're also super great unit design. Even though they are quite a light unit, they have to regenerate their rocket. So it's actually best if you can kind of get them in and out, do a little bit of damage and leave, and they're very just actually quite effective from when I use them, although I imagine with the new model probably came some balance changes for Legion as well. But speaking of game balance, the economy's pretty even. Even though, you know, the Cool Color team did manage to push up quite a bit on both sides there. Now, our better players will have an outsized impact on this game because there are energy converters allowed. Now, I don't see any over there. Yeah, Rogovic gonna be down here. Does take out an enemy commander, and then Legion commander is gonna be taking them out. Now, keep in mind, Legion commanders are actually great at taking out enemy commanders because they don't have a D gun, and so they have this napalm stuff, which you see burning around, which can actually hit enemy commanders. As opposed to like an Armada commander, you can't D gun somebody else. But anyways, yeah, Rogovic's days are numbered as they're literally backed up against the wall. Thankfully, their legs are quite mobile there. Yeah, and then the Legion commanders also to make up for the lack of the D-gun in the late game, which becomes more and more important when you can D-gun, you know, a Juggernaut in one hit. they do level up every 10 minutes. So honestly, 30 seconds here, and this guy's going to be leveling up. Yeah, very nice that this laser tower was here. Otherwise, you could say goodbye to all those wind farms and energy converters. It is interesting also that we do have energy converters on this map, or in this game, because it is a 16v16. I remember in the last event when we played 32v32, definitely not allowed there, which people complain about, but honestly, it'd probably lag out half the people that can play the game. Already down to 89 FPS. 10 minutes in the game, which isn't bad by any means. I mean, compared to my old computer, that is a gorgeous graphics, but yeah, it is definitely a substantial hit than normal games would be, right? A lot of army here for the warm colored team. Those defenses didn't last too long. Yeah, I guess that's what you get for not having a mobile army there. But yeah, I'll be interested to watch this checkpoint in my periphery. I think Worm Team might be trying to make a play there. I definitely wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, our white-colored player from Germany going to be going down there, taking out enemy commander as well. And Raigeki is on the back foot here. Their rocket army, after lots of good micro, is finally taken out. And they are trying to retreat, trying to make it across the gap. Watch me do this, getting hammered by some artillery there. Although thankfully there are some Wolverines from Mr. Stone, or from Stone. We'll just say Stone. Getting me trying to help them as well. Yeah. All right, so we do finally have the stouts, the medium assault tanks from Bing Bing Bang breaking through. Janice's in the back line as well, which are very effective at taking out heavy, how do I say this? Healthy units. Big chunky guys. They're great at hitting those guys. So, yeah, oh my gosh, just wiping the floor. So already one base taken out, another base getting hit there, as well as Raigeki's base. So both of the top players' bases getting hit pretty hard here. It is definitely not looking too great for the cool color team after their initial successes. A couple medium assault tanks really laying them down on their knees. It's Jover. The cool color team has fallen. Nah, they can make it. They can make it. Nice little commander out there. And God Hates Cowards also fording the gap there. Got some artillery raining hell on these guys. Although they are also missing. Finally taking one guy out. Yeah, Wolverines don't do well against moving targets, that's for sure. And although stouts aren't the fastest in the game, you know what? It don't matter, does it? Oh my gosh. So much destruction from just these units. 56 kills on 5 tanks. Now, I mean, a lot of that's just stuff like wind farms, but that is just an incredible impact to have on the game. Bing, bing, bang. Honestly, bringing this game back for the warm colored team. And well, it's also kind of on the cool color team for not stopping them. Finally getting some mosquitoes over there. What? I guess that's only one left. Yeah, a little too late with the mosquitoes there, and nothing else pursuing those guys is crazy. So in terms of economy right now, actually it is a cool color team who is winning, although it is mostly because of reclaim there. I think in just normal output, it is going to be our cool color team winning on a warm color team winning on economy there. Also, yeah, I really like how the boxes get smaller based on the amount of economic impact all the players have. So you can kind of see who's better and also who's backline. So like Raigeki's really good, so they have a great economy, or had. But yeah, now they're in the dumps. Actually, I think they're up top. Maybe that is an economy. No, it definitely is. Okay, I don't know why their box is so big, because they ain't making crap. I guess they have one T2 mechs, and yeah, T2's good. What can I say? All right, so army of Sheldons out here for We Made FX and Madrix. Yeah, obviously still meta. All my homies hate Sheldons. Still meta for sure, but you know, I think it's more based on people just are refusing to play around them. I don't think they're that insanely good. They definitely need some good radar too, but they're really easy to play, right? You just ball them up, radar, jammer, and then go at it from a safe distance. Much easier than trying to maneuver tanks or fast bots or anything else like that. Like Fiends. Although Fiends were really meta too. Although I think they were actually just insanely good. 26 projects just lying in wait here. Really unfortunate they're not moving their commander. I guess they probably just don't. Yeah, they definitely don't have the energy. Generous. Yes, they were giving I don't actually know what that means because they're not giving energy away at this point. Who knows? Who knows? All right, we are seeing some welders coming out here for Rogovic. They're braving the river here, taking about 20% of their health off. Even some more if they're doing a bad job about it. You just saw that napalm being launched there. That was from the barrage, actually. So, yeah, pretty good unit damage, I imagine, these choke points. But against a mobile unit, not going to be the most effective, yeah, at all. Easily dodgeable. And I think that was just a team kill on that laser tower there. Yeah, I really want to focus on these Legion units because they're really cool. I think a lot of these are newer models. Some of them have been around for a little bit, though. But cool nonetheless. I don't know when the last time I casted a game with Legion, and it was, or I think honestly the last time may have been over a year ago, and at that point they weren't really as developed as they are now. Not even close. Really great D-gun from 26 projects there. 14 kills on the D-gun, and that's well, not necessarily on the D-gun. I think that they probably got about around 6, which, yeah, 6 Sheldons is no mean feat, that's for sure. All right, finally seeing some defenses from the warm colored team here on the opposite side of this ford. Really seeing the turtley nature of this map with lava, yeah, come out. Because if this is just water, like, people would be much more willing to walk across it. But honestly, I'd be willing to walk across it right now. I think, honestly, moving these welders across like this is a great idea. Because there's no defenses. People aren't expecting it. Like, there's nothing here except for the napalm because they already know about that. But, like, moving across here, there's nothing. A commander. Great. Just move over here. There's no defenses. All the units, all the defenses are on these choke points, which makes sense. And obviously, radar would catch those units moving across. But if you got something quicker, I don't know. I could see it working out. Now, again, the faster units typically also have lower health, right? So you'd be losing more. But if you could do some good maneuvers, I could see it being worth it. I'd like to see it happen at least. I get the intention here from our purple player, but one guy alone, and I mean, there's no base even in sight. It's all the way back here, which is quite a long walk for fat boys or welders. So that's never really going to be effective with those kind of move outs. Are seeing a transporter moving some nano turrets over here. Probably also looking to EMP some guys, electrify them. Holy cow, big Sheldon push from Raigeki. Fantastic push. Oh crap, not the mountain in the way. Oh my goodness, what is happening to my camera? Oh man, Sheldon's getting absolutely delicious kills against those poor grunts. They're retreating back behind the mountainside as they should. Yeah, Sheldons are the winners, definitely. They've been the winner for a long time. Hounds used to be comparable, but honestly I think Sheldons are just better in almost every way at this point. Hound's versatility, you could say, with their ability to switch their types of attacks, but even then, most people aren't putting in that much thought, right? Although, what is this long-range artillery shooting? I think it's mostly the Persecutor doing quite a good job here. Also, look at this Sheldon veteran. See, 24 kills. Good lord. And those were high-value kills, given the stars. Really, really nice there. Yeah, the grunts are charging the Sheldons, and that's one thing bad about Sheldons. They tend to be on the slower side, so they can get rushed down by quicker T1 units. But when they're all massed like this, they're taking very, very heavy damage, expensive losses, just because they're in these big numbers. And Fiends coming out as well is not helping the problem for our player in yellow here. Now, the Jaguars, the flank here from Bing Bang, this could be quite effective. Oh, man. Yeah, they just can't close the gap, unfortunately. The old vehicle, the bane of vehicle players. It's the slowness. Oh, man. Yeah, the Sheldons were just able to... I think their Sheldons are slower, but it just took so much time to get over there. Yeah, 50 speed. I think these guys have like 55 or 90 speed. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, not enough Jags to close the gap there. Really just a no man's land over here in the south. Not too much going on there. The lava crossings have stopped. The Sheldons, still a lot of Sheldons here. They have been taking some losses though. And we're also getting the ticks out here from Cascade, which gives the Sheldons a line of sight and also helps waste powerful attacks from like a Persecutor on just crappy T1 targets, which I've actually seen people on the subreddit complaining about, but I think it makes sense. Also, people on the subreddit just complain a lot. To be fair. I mean, we all have our moments, I'm sure. People, you know, it's not a homogenous society, right? But in general, I feel like it is that way. Timko Bob, not so sneaky over here. Yep, gonna be going down there. Say goodbye, I guess. Also, I really like this Persecutor placement if it managed to stay alive. I'm not sure what exactly went down over here, but yeah, looks like that's a Rogovic kind of taking out their advanced bot lab going down, as well as like construction turrets and anything else surrounding it. I don't know what hit there. It must have been some kind of sneaky like gremlin tanks or something that died in the explosion, because homeboy don't see nothing. I guess that's the disadvantage of not watching through replays. I tend to miss stuff like that, but I'll put it in post, so you guys get to view it, even though I am but a fool and do not know what happened. It's okay. I don't know a lot of things, let's say. Yeah, no man's land for sure. I mean, just shooting stuff with impunity. It would kind of be cool if units used like energy or metal to fire shots. Like maybe like big plasma units could use metal even. Although I know that would definitely mess with the balancing. So you'd have to tweak the numbers. But again, interesting idea to think about. Yeah, so much work put into the balancing of this game. Probably best not to disturb it, all right? But I was playing 0K recently. Maybe I've talked about this before. I don't remember. But I really liked 0K's economy. Basically, your energy... Oh, okay. So it was the short-ranged tac missile for the catalyst. Really good. Yeah, you can't block those. So an air scout. Oh, okay, for the catalyst. That's really great. That's fantastic use of the catalyst. Honestly, don't really see those tac missiles used a lot. But in these kinds of stalemates where the bases are close, honestly, I think like Supreme Isthmus and the other map like that would be fantastic for this kind of stuff. Because those bases are kind of like just like this. They're just in range of that, you know, that choke point there. So good use there. Sheldons from Raigeki still dominating on the field over here. Getting hit a little bit by some shurikens, but it looks like the little fighter scout drones were able to clear that out. Yeah, Noctos are great. I mean, they're not good against like fighter v fighter, but they're good against like shurikens. If you can swarm bombers and stuff with them. Scout planes for sure. And they also have the scouting functionality too, so. Man, this is really loud on my end. I'm actually just turning this down a little bit. I'm losing my hearing. You can probably tell because my voice is strained for sure, because I think I've actually just been shouting. Oh no. Oh no, all the audio quality, it's all gone. Another tac missile there. Not really hitting much. Probably could be focusing on other targets there. What is the range? What can this guy hit? Yeah, he could definitely be hitting some other stuff. I mean, none of it, I guess, is super useful, but you know, taking out T1 labs for free is not bad ever. All right, look at all these Sheldons, man. And where is... So, these must be all gifted, right? Because Raigeki is a T1. Unless he has stuff in the back. But that's a different blue player, right? That's Magix, yeah. Oh, okay. So, Magix produces the Sheldons, gives them to Raigeki. That makes sense. I guess Raigeki's a big micro guy. And honestly, you probably just get that through being good, right? Typically not going to be 51 TS and not be able to micro the side of a barn, right? So Fiend's out here in front. Sheldon's in back. Pretty good composition. Seen it a lot. These grunts, yeah, I don't know why. Like, these haven't been working. Well, I say that. I spoke too soon, I think. Me thinks I spoke too soon. No. Yeah, I think if they went all in there, but not like that. You can't go in and out with the grunts because they just take so much damage from the longer range units. That's with anything. If you're facing rocket bots, if you're facing like the railgun skirmisher that we saw earlier from Legion, if you're facing the railguns like the T3 ones, none of this, like this kind of cat and mouse stuff doesn't work because the cat, you're always in range of the cat. So you have to go in. Yeah, and those grunts are just going to be decimated. Not sure why they were still producing them, honestly. I guess they just don't have a T2 factory. I mean, they're the eco player. They could definitely just spool one up real quick, but I guess they're focused on eco. But what's the point of eco if you're not producing stuff? I think, honestly, to the Worm team is kind of crippling themselves not going in here. It's not the best position to attack, but there's not too many defenses at this point. I don't see a lot of units. They don't have air superiority, so they could always be caught out like that, but they need to get something done here. The run by Bang was super good, and honestly probably the only thing that's saving them from a really quick destruction at this point. Yeah, they have a slightly better economy, maybe like 20-30 metal. But that's definitely not enough to tip the tide. There we go. Finally, some units going in. A couple Sheldons, a couple rocket bots. Okay. The smallest of scout forces. We also have an Inferno here from Lange. Not sure how to say that. Or Taunt. No, it doesn't know. Yeah. Interesting unit. Very long range. Napalm. It's a crowd control, area control unit, right? So you're basically denying this area from enemies. But you're not probably going to get a lot of damage out that guy. Maybe to structures, you could get some decent damage, but against mobile units, again, like you can just walk away, right? But able to just bathe this whole area in fire from one unit is quite the ability. Yeah, you can see 60 DPS, like that's laughably bad, and I actually don't think that takes into account the fire damage. But even so, I'm sure the DPS isn't fantastic, but just a good use of it. Is pretty impressive, especially from a 16 TS player. Karkino's also moving up. That also might just be okay. So a little bit of incompetence, and also Legions is pretty good, or they used to be very good. I think they're probably still pretty good from what I've seen. I think some of their units are really, really bad. Some of them are pretty good. We do have the Stiletto EMP bombers coming in there, baiting out the fighters, and then losing the fighter war. Yeah. But got some good EMPs in there. Not the most insane thing you've ever seen, but hey, combined arms is always cool. And they were able to take out those Sheldons as well, so props to the EMP bomber plane user. I think that was OP, man. Not entirely sure. Yeah, it does look like they're our air player for today. Gladiators coming in as well. I don't know if I've ever really seen these guys perform heavy multi-weapons. They got... Looks like they got a traditional cannon and some heat rays. That's what I'm looking at. Nice friendly fire. Yeah, love the Legion units. Love to see them. This Inferno getting danger close to Mr. Everest's base. Almost said Mount Everest. That would be awesome. Can we get Mount Everest to play Beyond the Reason, please? A slight request. Okay, yeah, damage is looking pretty bad on these guys. Yeah, I guess it is multi-weapon, so they were able to target both the wind turbines and the base, but still not the best I've ever seen. Inferno is going down there to the hail of missiles from our Arbiters in the back. Can't really beat the range on these guys. Great against slow-moving to static units, which I think the Inferno would definitely count as a slow-moving unit. So we'll just burst them down. It's awesome. Oh my gosh, there's the solar ray we were talking about. What's their name? Phoenix, the heavy ground assault. Is just an awesome unit. That was I need to go back and post and get that shot because that was beautiful. It just wiped like T1 units, but it's still fantastic. Legion might be my second favorite faction. Well, definitely. Cortex it belongs in the garbage can. Oh man, another laser shot. Definitely not the most single target damage, but honestly, pretty cool. Razorback shooting those energy Gatling guns there. Yeah. Very desperate defense here. I guess I really haven't been harping on the importance of what's going on over here, but also another Pharaohs here. The light heat ray towers. It's pretty cool. Legion's just very aesthetic faction, man. I don't think you can beat them. Definitely not. I don't like their models per se as much, but like just the theme, the idea of heat rays and Gatling guns is legendary. Whoever came up with that should get the Nobel Peace Prize, the Nobel War Prize. Can we start giving those out to all of our friends who love war? So awesome. Who doesn't love war? All right, so we do have some Shivas back here doing some damage in no man's land to some insignificant T1 units. The push from the warm colored team is mostly stopped. Sheldon's in the back line and getting some pot shots off at Razorback, but not without also taking damage. A little friendly fire on the stupid Oracle there. Get out of the way, son. Oh, wait, no, that's enemy unit. I'm a fool. Oh, nice EMP bombing on the Stiletto there. Good to see Stilettos being used. Honestly, they're pretty niche. Just because, I mean, like any bomber, it's kind of, you never know if you're really going to be able to hit the target that effectively. They're doing pretty well there. The high wind, is that? No. I'm losing my mind here, but all right, catapult laying waste to to the sand here. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, EMP bomber. Yeah, this poor Razorback can't catch a break. Finally, the EMP stuff does break, but yeah, Stiletto's going to keep bombing them, although it is taking damage every pass through. Razorbacks do have decent anti-air for not being an anti-air unit, right? Actually, I'd even say good for not being anti-air. Yeah, trying to tangle with Shivas, not a great idea when they have so many more than you. Although Razorbacks, of course, are individually superior. And then, of course, there's also some help from across the river. Sharpshooters, some Starlights, Shivas even. Yeah, see, T3 units can just walk across the lava. And honestly, I would like to see that a little bit earlier. And yeah, Oracle's getting shot up here. Probably not the most effective use of a T3 unit, but you know what? I like it. Get them while they're down. Kick them in the knee. Yeah, rough them up. All right, so the massive assault from Shivas from Bing Bing Bang here is detrimental to the Cool Color Team economy. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be about a $300 difference, 300 metal dollar difference there. Solar Rays, yeah, wreaking havoc, but there's not enough Phoenixes, and they're very slow, man. I can't actually say that they're any good. It doesn't look like they're great units. Like, think of like, okay, so they are pretty cheap though. Okay, they're 450 metal. I was gonna say, like, think of like an atom bomber. Like, those guys can get in and do some real damage. But for 450 metal, that's a steal. That's a really, really good cost. You can get 3 of those for 1 Shiva, if that's how you want to think about it. Sadly, no more Infernos. Oh no, we do have one back here. Looks like the warm color team on this side is kind of pulling back. Yeah, the Shivas are pulling back a little bit as well. Although, honestly, yeah, I think they could just go in. Go in? Why'd I say it like that? Yeah, there's nothing. The Phoenix harassing them is awesome. How many kills? 13 kills. A little bit of veteran skill on this guy. Never hurt anybody. I like to see actually a little bit more Phoenixes up in the sky. Continual harassment. I mean, the warm color team is... They might be doing pretty good in general, but they are losing the air war. Not significantly. Like, they could definitely come back. OP Man could bring this back for them. But there's just a lot of air units here for our Legion Air player. Which Legion Air, oh, so funny. I want to be saying that more in the future as Legion becomes a real faction, a real GOAT of the game. But again, I don't think it's that much more long. Dang, that much more time, development time for Legion to become a real faction, a real play in the game. Oh my gosh, Phoenix getting some devastating hits in there on the enemy base. On Sir Donut. Oh, we also have the extras pack, the extra scavenger unit, because we got these huge wind turbines. Yeah, Tech 2 wind turbine. I didn't notice that. I haven't really seen any scav units, to be honest. Sometimes you see like the pawn Gatling gun, which just launches pawns across the map, which is always really fun. I use that like the last huge event we had. I love events like these. You know, I think Beyond a Reason maybe doesn't function well as a competitive game at this point in its lifespan. I think eventually with the bigger player base it will, but you know, right now I think it's better suited for stuff like this. Like, the amount of units you can have on screen should be used more to its more promoted, I guess, more kind of like the point of the game, whereas, like, you know, maybe the fine-tuned high competitive stuff maybe isn't the point of the game. But I think competition is always good, and it's always going to be part of video games for the most part. Maybe solitaire. Yeah, getting lit up there a bit by Mammoths, but I think they will be able to close in and do a couple of D-guns there. Yep, one Mammoth down. Give me another Mammoth before long. All right, so both fronts have stabilized. Honestly, this front isn't looking too bad for Cool Color Team anymore. I think they can definitely pull that back. This is looking pretty horrible for the Cool Color Team, and again, the Warm Color Team is only hamstrung by their own timidity, right? Like, there's no other units on the field here except for like one Razorback. The Mammoth stuff is the real play here. I mean, not Mammoth v Razorback, but Mammoths in general, or something in general, trying to get an attack in there. Juggernaut is a problem. Was that always there? Was I just being an idiot? I was being an idiot. Okay. Juggernaut, yeah, definitely a problem for sure, and it should not be ignored. Yeah, okay, never mind. I totally get staying back now. Don't listen to the fool on the microphone. All right, but yeah, look at all these Arbiters back here. Yeah, I mean, their range is just really impressive. They have What's their range? Okay, 12, 10. Yeah, way more than it. They can outrange Shivas. I mean, they should really be drilling into this back line here. Again, the problem is the grunt spam, right? We need to out pawn spam the grunt spam and then move the arbiters up and just go to town. Yeah, they need to be controlled a little bit better too. Some of them are auto-targeting these units, which is a total waste. But yeah, there we go. Nice missiles hitting that Shiva there. Shiva down for some arbiters is just really, really good. Especially because you didn't even lose any arbiters, right? Yeah, big scary juggernaut. Again, like, I think, okay, so if they could have held the situation, this jug should have walked across here. There's nothing here, right? Commanders are always a threat, obviously, but you can just surround them with trash, right? But yeah, given that this choke is very, very not great, yeah, Juggernaut's good. But ooh, that Inferno play to light the jug up was really awesome. But yeah, Inferno's lost a lot of health there. Going to be pulling back a little bit. Other arbiters back here? No, negotiators. Yeah, negotiators going to be outranging again most things on the battlefield. They're just like arbiters, but vehicles. Wow, that's cool. Yep. Okay. Why? No. The arbiters just hitting the ground is so painful. They need to go in for sure. Or get some fiends up here, put some pressure on the Shivas. If you think you can win the battle, actually they might not just be able to win that. They have a decent amount of Razorbacks though. If they went in, took out a lot of those Shivas. That's actually all of the staying power that the warm color team has right here in your right in range of a gantry. Gantries are expensive, so taking one out is a great target. And a morale, you know, never forget about morale. All right, so nice. Oh, okay, actually, yeah. Trying to get the pink fighters over there to contest the airspace was a little odd, especially as they don't have a lot to contest it with. They do have one atom bomber, which is definitely no joke. But yeah, losing a lot of fighters like that is it's pretty rough. But thankfully, God Hates Cowards is also making some fighters at this point. So I think the air balance is going to be eventually tipping to the warm side. And when it does, that atom bomber is going to be quite the menace. Yeah, I don't think they're quite aware. If the Cool Color team is aware of this. Oh, man. I will not be doing that again. The lag spec was crazy. Yeah, they don't see the fighters, really. They see some of Pink's fighters. They don't see any yellows. Yellows. That's rough, mate. It really is. Yeah, losing that air war at this stage in the game is really bad. Jug was given to watch me do this. Which makes sense. This is kind of their front. Trying to do the double micros, no good. Although there is another jug here from We Made FX. Let's go. Yeah, 2 jugs out for the Cool Color team. Really impressive, but you got to be doing something with them. This guy's got 68 kills, which is no joke. And actually pushing up. Yeah, taking out that Pulsar. Yeah, getting damage in with the jugs, great. Letting them sit back here when you have arbiters that can be harassing the Shivas is bad. Okay, there are Epic Karganas. Again, I have no idea on the balance of Epic Karganas. Regular default Karganas are garbage unless you're doing like a sneaky assault. I think regular Karganas actually really need to just be tuned up just a little bit. They just such pitiful damage. It's really bad. Has actually just been a while since the last one I saw. Okay, yeah, so the Pawn Gatling gun is being used. There we go, the Pawn Launcher. Sorry, I had the wrong name there. Again, it has been like a year, over a year maybe. Yeah, shooting pawns is really fun. Decent amount of cost, initial cost to build it's a lot. And then yeah, it also takes time to just keep building them up. But hey, pawn spam's not bad. It means that you can harass your enemy from anywhere, and they also get a lot of self-damage in. Oh my gosh, free catapult for 1 pawn. Yeah, that's a good trade if I ever saw one. Yeah, this guy needs to be taken out, or they need to get their micro together because that was horrendous. And the Flying Black Hydra. Flagship with V12 thrusters? Wait, what? Yeah, the scav units are really funny. Again, balance, I think they tend to lean overpowered. Yeah, there's no scav units for the other team, so I think maybe this game has been decided. Oh, my cat's different. Gross. I don't like that one. Perdition. Oh, long-range napalm. How long-range, though? Not that long-ranged. I guess it's more like attack missile than anything. Okay, cool, cool. You'll love to see it. Actually, it looks less than attack missile. Yeah, a little bit less, I think. I didn't actually check the range numbers, which is something I could have done, but I didn't. Oh, all these arbiters. Nice. Oh, no, man. Only just missing the Vanguard there. That would be nice. A huge hit like that would take it out for sure. Juggernaut also coming in range of the Vanguard, but not firing at it. There we go. The enemy Vanguard. Oh, Vanguards are probably one of my favorite base game units. I just like long-range shooty things with legs. Who can stop me? But yeah, the Black Hydra here, really expensive. Almost as much as a Jug. And it has less DPS by a large margin, but it is flying too, so you can't forget that. Jug's gonna 1v1 this thing with ease, I believe. It also has way less health. Yeah, less than half health of the Jug. So yeah, I don't know what this guy's doing out here. Just judging by the numbers, doesn't seem like a good matchup. But yeah, maybe the game is over at this point. Cool Color team has less than half the eco of the Warm Color team. They don't have any of the overpowered units. Well, overpowered in quotes. And yeah, it is fun though. Again, just a fun game. Oh, the fighters swarming the Black Hydra. You never expect the fighters to kill a flying land ship. Well, I guess it's not a land ship at that point, just a flying ship. Good lord, have we invented Zeppelins again? Oh man, looks like Green finally lost that air war there. It's pretty close, but does look like Pink does have air superiority. It's going to be Jova, Real Coconut, and a Bomber Coon. Although I don't see it in the back. No, I don't see it in the back line. Yeah, no, I don't know. Not sure where it is. We do have an Epic Dragon. A dragon, but stronger. Oh my gosh, that's a ton of DPS. What the crap? 44,000? Or 4,400? That's insane, dude. That's double, almost double the Jug's DPS. Somebody get this guy tuned. And less metal, of course. Less metal and way less energy. Yeah. The balance police called. Okay, yeah, gross. Cringe. Pawns being launched into the enemy base. Finally. Actually, I saw some being like taken out. But yeah, the double laser towers, twin guards. Finally, it's worth it to build defenses in your base late game. This is what all of the new players have been wanting. No, I'm kidding. Only jesting. But yeah, pawn launchers are quite funny. And it seemed to be effective if your enemy's unprepared, which these guys weren't, or just happen to have the defenses there. Either way, not a great spot to launch those guys in. Jug taking some good damage from the Medusa heavy rocket tanks. Yeah, these guys are really cool. Good lord. Yeah, these are definitely new. That's awesome. Using the laser to target, that's just a really cool system. They don't have the most range, but it's not bad. It's less than the Arbiter, but more than most other things. Probably comparable to like a Starlight or something. But yeah, cool. Seem to be doing good damage there. Not super fast either. Just what about, yeah, another one out here. Salvo rockets and leave. Be a really good skirmisher if it wasn't so slow. I think that probably applies to most artillery though. Oh man, we got the really big epic Cargonets. The epics are. Oh man, that's crazy. It's almost like they just scaled up the model and yeah, it is used for scav, of course, obviously. Yeah, really funny. Oh man, the poor Juggernaut. Okay, yeah, maybe they're not so good. I mean, they're definitely tanking this thing down, but there's so many of them. How many? 20 of them. Probably about 5 shooting at them. Got the Thors coming in. Where's the Epic Thor? We need the Epic Thor. Come on. Oh, there goes the Jug, along with some eco. Not looking great for him. Mammoth Altho. Oh, I said Altho. What am I? Mike Tyson. And Pawns coming in as well. Yeah, at this point, we just have to revel in the carnage that we're witnessing here. I mean, these are robots. Good lord, that guy's drowning. But, oh man. How many poor robot soldiers never making their way back home? Back to the factory. What is this? A stronghold. Oh, this is an actual unit. Never mind. The armed transport going toe-to-toe with an epic Cargoneth. Oh, the Thor also getting lit up, man. I think the worst thing about the Cargoneth is there's just no... They're always shooting. Continuous stream of damage. This is a great push. It's a great push because... Yes, it is a great push. Indeed. Yeah, I mean, we can say goodbye. Oh, some epic dragons even making their way over. I mean, they're good, but they don't seem that good, actually. Maybe the DPS was lying to me. Another grand fighter battle over the streets of of the cool colored cities, the factories. Oh no. Even more fighters from pink here. The epic dragons also wafting their flame over the enemy. Yeah. I think it's over, guys. I don't know which. What do you think? Yeah, good game. Good game. Oh, this is awesome. Oh. Revel in the fire effects. Tinged with that annoying laser noise. There we go. The reactors are blowing up. The vote is passed for the surrender. And it is GG. Oh, the rat. Oh, that was always a fun unit. Oh, man. Great game. Hope you guys did enjoy. We'll look at the stats real quick. My dog is begging to be given food. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, putting your best player in eco seems to be the move. Also, I think probably the units that they produced in the in-game was also a contributing factor. Yeah, look at that spike. I mean, like, the blue player was doing really, really well for themselves too, but just not enough, not enough. Look at all that stuff on the field. Can't beat that. Can't beat the epic Hargoness. But that's probably the takeaway for today. Hope you guys did enjoy. Again, if you want to see stuff like this, normally focus on like competitive stuff or like stuff for new people, but we do fun stuff like this occasionally. If you want to see stuff like this, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Sorry it's been 2 weeks, I guess. I didn't make an apology in the beginning, but life's been busy. Adios.